QBasic is an IDE and interpreter for a variety of the basic programming language which is based on QuickBasic. Code entered into the IDE is compiled to an intermediate form, and this intermediate form is immediately interpreted on demand within the IDE. It can run under nearly all versions of DOS and Windows, or through DOSBox DOSEMU, on Linux and FreeBSD. For its time, QBasic provided a state-of-the-art IDE, including a debugger with features such as on-the-fly expression evaluation and code modification. Like QuickBasic, but unlike earlier versions of Microsoft BASIC, QBasic is a structured programming language, supporting constructs such as subroutines and while loops. Line numbers, a concept often associated with BASIC, are supported for compatibility, but are not considered good form, having been replaced by descriptive line labels. QBasic has limited support for user-defined data types, and several primitive types used to contain strings of text or numeric data. History: QBasic was intended as a replacement for QBasic. It was based on the earlier QuickBasic 4.5 compiler but without QuickBasic's compiler and linker elements. Version 1.0 was shipped together with MS-DOS 5.0 and higher, as well as Windows 95, Windows NT 3X, and Windows NT 4.0. IBM recompiled QBasic and included it in PC DOS 5X, as well as OS/2 2.0 onwards. Ecom Station, descended from OS/2 code, includes QBasic 1.0. QBasic 1.1 is included with MS-DOS XX, and, without edit, in Windows 95, Windows 98 and Windows ME. Starting with Windows 2000, Microsoft no longer includes QBasic with their operating systems. However, some localized versions of Windows 2000 and Windows XP still have it, and it can be given out as freeware. QBasic is backward compatible with DOS releases prior to 5.0. However, if used on any 8088/8086 computers, or on some 80,286 computers, the QBasic program may run very slowly, or perhaps not at all, due to DOS memory size limits. Until MS-DOS 7, MS-DOS Editor required QBasic. The edit.com program simply started QBasic in editor mode only, and this mode can also be entered by running QBasic with a /editor switch. 22 years after its release, QBasic was still used in the production of commercial products in the case of the Black Annex indie video game. Examples: QBasic came complete with 4 pre-written example programs. These were Nibbles, a variant of the Snake game; Gorillas, an artillery game; Money Manager, a personal finance manager; and Remline, a QBasic code line number removing program. Simple game equals, this program challenges the user to guess a randomly selected number within the 1 to 10 range, without offering the usual hints of higher/lower. Easter egg: QBasic has an Easter egg. To see it, press and hold left CTRL plus left shift plus left ALT and right CTRL plus right shift plus right ALT simultaneously after running QBasic at the DOS prompt but before the title screen loads. This lists the team of programmers. On fast modern computers, it is difficult to perform. It is best done on an old PC or in an emulator like Box or DOSBox, which can be slowed down. See also, Microsoft's Small Basic, Modular Programming. References. External links: Runnable QBasic 1.1 via the Internet Archive, download QBasic 1.1 from the Internet Archive, QB Express, a Euro online magazine about QBasic programming, Jack Thompson, The QBasic Station, archived from the original on June 4, 2004, a Euro created in 1997, it was one of the oldest QBasic sites on the web. QBJS, an implementation of QBasic in JavaScript, a Euro allows to run QBasic subset programs online. QB64, a 64-bit compiler implementing the QBasic language with some 64-bit extensions. Windows XP or newer, Mac OS X with Xcode and Xcode and Linux. 1. An Introduction to Programming in QBasic.